Right now, we want to move on to the homeless crisis, which is top of mind for Clark County officials and locals who notice encampments moving closer to their homes. With almost 8,000 people in that homeless category in Clark County right now, officials have been implementing several new measures to address the growing problem that we've shown you. That includes that multi-million-dollar cleanup we brought you live and the fence repair along the washes to try to keep people out of the flood tunnels, and also building more transitional housing complexes. But some locals say it's still not enough.
You guys are cleaning out the wash. You clean out the wash, they come in my house.
We knew when people came out of the wash where they're going to go, into the neighborhoods. So we've been trying to be proactive and reactive, and I think we're making progress having the captain here, but it's a long-term process.
Commissioner Tick Segerblom addressing the main community concerns at last night's town hall meeting. And while he says addressing this crisis will of course take time, people who live in these areas of concern now raising their concerns about what that process really involves and the impact that it can have on their neighborhood in the meantime. Yeah, I want you to know News 3 reached out to city and county leaders because this is a problem that crosses those borders, of course, including Las Vegas Mayor Shelley Berkley. Our Will Silverstein also followed up with Commissioner Segerblom today. He's live in the Paradise Palms community, which is not far from one of the washes in question where homeless people are known to congregate. So, Will, what have you been able to learn today?
Well, Jim, not far from the wash at all, and also not far from where that concerned citizen says that they're from, too. What we learned today was we wanted to pose that question once again to Segerblom. What is that specific plan from the county to address homelessness? This is what he had to say.
Is there a county-specific plan to tackle homelessness, and what do those details look like?
We have the resources, but we don't have a specific plan.
No specific plan is in place from Clark County to tackle homelessness. That's according to District D Commissioner Tick Segerblom. He says the county strategy is playing from the back foot.
We have lots of resources, but we're not proactive. We really respond. So unless somebody calls and tells us what's going on, a lot of times we have so much going on in the county that we don't have the ability to be there.
Segerblom knows it's a pressing issue for the county and held a town hall Monday night to address the issue with residents who want to see fewer homeless people near their homes. One of the speakers on Monday at Segerblom's town hall lives in the Paradise Palms community, which is a historic community in Las Vegas. It's also one that's close to the washes. She's concerned that people from the washes are coming into her community and causing trouble.
My house has been broken into. My son can't ride his bike. Him and his friend went to the park. His friend's bike got stolen.
If we don't fix it, then shame on me. But once you tell me something like that, we're going to get over to your street and we're going to work on it.
That exchange between Segerblom and the Paradise Palms resident raising the question about who to call when homeless activity turns worrying and even criminal. Segerblom says call him, not law enforcement.
You would like the community to reach out to your office directly as opposed to going through the 911 resource as well.
Deal with them right then and also see if there's multiple calls. I mean, a lot of times, if there's just one incident, we can come out and take care of it and that's it. But if we're getting multiple calls from the same neighborhood, obviously we need to direct more attention there.
And as Jim mentioned there, it's not just the county, it's also the city. So we reached out to the city too. We put out a specific question for a statement to the mayor's office. This is what this specific statement read. It reads here, what is the mayor's step-by-step plan to address homelessness in Las Vegas? What details can the mayor's office provide to know actions are actively being taken? The mayor's response, a little bit of a long statement, but here's the most important part that we felt from it. You can eventually read that full statement on our website. This part here says there is not a one-size-fits-all fix for unhoused community, which is why there are several specific programs offered through Clark County, the city of Las Vegas, and the state of Nevada. Still, the issue persists, and we need to find more solutions. So one of the other things that I should mention too that Tick Segerblom talked about in his interview that we did with him is he says that the city and the county can be doing more to have those conversations with each other and then to address that issue. Jim and LaToya, back to you.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you if they're working together on this, and you answered that very question, that they need to do better with that. Thank you so much.
And because we know this is such a big concern to so many of you and growing all the time, we invite you to catch our town hall special that's on the homeless crisis specifically. Marie Mortera sits down with elected officials and people who used to be homeless who've been able to make it out of that situation to have a conversation about what can be done to help the unhoused here in our community. Join us for our News 3 Town Hall Homeless Crisis. That's tonight at 7 o'clock right here on News 3. Multiple